You remember a couple of videos ago when I mentioned that there might be something to these NFTs? If you haven't heard about them by now, you are most definitely living under a rock, because I am sick and tired of hearing about them. I did not expect for this to go so mainstream so quickly. I mean, I don't know if you saw the headline, but a couple days ago, someone sold an NFT for $69 million. That's insane. I expected it to kind of just stay as like this little underground growing crypto nerdy thing. But nope, I can't open TikTok without hearing about NFTs. That could just be a me thing. That might just be for my TikTok. Actually, let me see something. What's an NFT?
Stupid. Isn't it just like when someone like attaches like a price to something and put it online and just call it like an NFT, and it could be like, I don't know, art, and then you sell it online? I don't get it.
Okay, so maybe they're not that widely understood. Let me try and answer the question, what is an NFT? So if you didn't know, NFT stands for non-fungible token. I don't even know what the word fungible means. A quick explanation is that it is a validation token. So in the crypto world, you have coins and you have tokens. The coin can be a network where the token is a part of that network. For example, you're probably familiar with Ethereum. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of tokens that are made using Ethereum. It'd be like if I created a city with lots of roads and I invited you to drive your car on my roads. But at the same time, I had my own cars on the road. So in some ways, the roads are the coins and the cars are the tokens. So they are a token to validate a digital asset. Because anybody can download and print off your image, but the idea is that there's only one NFT to truly validate that image as yours. But enough of that, the real question here is, are NFTs all hype, or are they the new way of the future? I mean, clearly people like Gary Vee think it is the new way of the future.
Let's talk about NFT.
My favorite new topic.
I'm so obsessed too.
But at the same time, I also question his motives. I think we'll get into some more of my thoughts there later, but I want to talk to a friend of mine who I think is doing something very unique and is actually bringing some real value into the NFT world. Let's give him a call. This is my friend Ray. We have been making Vines since how long? 2013?
2013, 2014, for sure. Yeah, it's been so long. I feel old, man.
So we go way back all the way to the Vine days. Ray, you know a little bit more about NFTs than I do, so I thought you would be the perfect person to talk to. But I mean, that being said, even back in the day, you and I were both, we were in the crypto game pretty deep.
You were probably the only one I knew that understood it to that extent at that moment in time.
Yeah, it was like what, 20?
What's Bitcoin? What is Ethereum? Nah, this is a waste. Nah, you're wasting your money. But you and I, gotten to the point where we were so close to really understanding NFTs at that point. I think it was the reason why I got MetaMask why I got into that into CryptoKitties was because of MetaMask, and I didn't understand that at all.
Right. Yeah, same thing with me. I installed MetaMask and I was like, what is this thing? I didn't figure it out, and I didn't put in the work to figure it out. But yeah, I think it almost the same way that I think you and I treat social media is like, we always want to be in before others. We're always aware, but that's just who we are. We always want to be on the edge of what's new.
It's NFTs.
Since we're talking about NFTs, yeah, Ray, why don't we just jump right into it? What have you been doing with NFTs? Because I think that's pretty exciting.
I recently sold. It's not mine anymore. But
yes. So this just sold yesterday, the day before?
It sold yesterday, last night for 0.9 Ethereum. So it was
0.9 Ethereum.
I know. I was so I was watching literally, Matt.
Okay.
It started off with one bidder, literally an hour as soon as I minted it, and then the 24 hours passed. The last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, another bid. And then it pushed back another 15 minutes, another bid, another bid. It just kept going, and I was just like, this is crazy. But I was hoping someone would actually hit the one Ethereum.
Oh yeah.
But, hey, lo and behold, someone's actually going to get sent these. I think he's based in Germany, but he tweeted out saying that it was the most expensive shoes he's ever bought. For those watching, it's not just the shoes he got. He got a beautiful NFT little piece that I had people work on. So it's
nice.
Yeah, and it's the brand or the platform. I'm calling this Authentic Auctions. So every single auction, I'm releasing a YouTube video, putting it up on Foundation, and see who bites.
So you're going to be auctioning off a few more things then, I assume?
Yes, I have other ones in line. They're actually right in front of me. I'll give you a little sneak peek, but whoever's into The Mask, Jim Carrey, I have something here to frame, signed by the man himself in Toronto. Festival 2017.
That's amazing.
Whoever's watching it gets to see it first, but like that's what I'm going to be working on in the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
The NFT part takes the longest because
Yeah.
the amount of work that gets put into it is just
That makes sense.
insane. My business mind went crazy when I saw the NFT artwork and it being a huge fad apparently, but I
Yeah.
think it's gonna live on forever. But I wanted to include the shoes because it's the physical value. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo signed it himself. Like he touched those shoes. I have video
Yeah.
footage of it and everything. And I feel like having someone purchase or bid for the NFT itself, plus getting something extra, brings up the value
Right.
tenfold.
It really is giving it a more physical value than just a token that represents something.
Exactly. I'm starting to notice some people doing it too. I think on
Well, was
Facebook.
Logan Paul the first one to do it with the Pokemon cards?
I don't think so. Honestly, Logan Paul was the first one to really popularize it, but I don't
True.
think he was the first one to initially do it.
Hmm.
He ended up doing a giveaway, right? So in order to enter to get one of those Pokemon boxes, you have to purchase one of the NFTs, and there's limit is like 44 for the gold. There's only 30 for the silver, and then they're all like 30 grand each.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you
it's
win,
insane.
you get that box, and apparently that box, whoever it got sold to, there were cards in there worth over $1 million, $2 million bucks.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Do you think there's any like shady stuff going on in like the NFT world? Like I've heard some things. I just wanted to get some of your thoughts first.
Most likely.
Most likely.
From what I've, the thing is, it's hard to determine who was the person that minted that specific token.
Right.
I think on Rarible or one of those platforms, they ended up before Beeple really started selling his artwork via NFTs and sold that one huge collage of the first 5,000
Yeah, the
days.
69 million.
69 million.
That's insane.
I was thinking, and the thing is, I think it's 69 million because it's more Mimi because 69.
Yeah, I
But-
thought that too.
I was thinking before that all happened, it was some random pretended to be, no, it wasn't Beeple, it was Banksy, pretended to be Banksy and sold a few of his art pieces, public art pieces on OpenSea, I believe, or Rarible. Who knows who he is? Ended up making a couple $1 million.
Oh
pretending
my
that-
gosh.
Insane.
That's
So
nuts.
there is definitely a lot of shady shit. There's
So I guess because crypto is inherently anonymous, there's going like you can't track, you can't follow a lot of the transactions that go on.
as much as people love the decentralization aspect of this industry, there is a downfall of not knowing.
True.
Right, so it could be anybody. The thing is, now you start people, and now you're starting to see people just bet on their own bid, so that this way it could start the 24 hours, right? So it's
Right.
just thing is, that'll get caught. People will
Yeah.
see like every single
Well-
minted token they put out there. They'll see the same person starting that
Right.
same.
Even if it doesn't get caught, like in a way you're only cheating yourself because you're gonna buy your own thing. And if nobody bids on it, like nobody wanted to bid on it anyways. Like, yeah. And then at the end of the day, like, let's say you did inflate the value of your thing or your NFT, and then someone pays the inflated price. Is it really inflated? Like, yes, it wasn't authentically like valued, but at the end of the day, it's still that value. And that person probably cares more about the end value than they do about the actual NFT. I mean, I think that in most cases, the people who are buying the NFTs care more about the value staying or going up. I don't think they really care too much about how much they pay for the thing. It's an investment.
And that's any other artist like starting off. They start off with that 0.1 Ethereum, seeing who just initially bites on it, and then who knows that 0.1 can ultimately turn into 10 Ethereum out of
That's
nowhere.
interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about the process an artist goes through when they put up an NFT.
Every artist would want to come to to themselves and say, "Hey, how much truly should I be asking for? Should I get a little greedy and just put a 5 Ethereum reserve price, or should I just start it off at 0.1 one, get that initial bid, and see how it goes the next 24 hours.
True.
That's the beauty about NFTs, is that you could do what, like, I think on OpenSea it's 10 to 15% in perpetuity in the secondary market every time it gets resold.
Right. So actually, that's interesting. I wanted to ask you. So let's say I sell you something and then you decide to go sell it. I can actually make commission off your sale?
Yes. So
No
every
way.
time, so say you made an NFT.
Yeah.
And I was a collector, and I enjoyed what you made, so I ended up putting a bid and ended up winning that auction.
Cool.
So say I got it for like 1 Ethereum, and you have the 1 Ethereum now. I have this NFT. Now in the records, it shows that I previously bought it from you, but your name will stay on there as whoever created it.
Right.
So if I end up selling it for 2 Ethereum, depending on how much, what the percentages you set it up as, you'll get 10% of that,
Cool.
of the 2 Ethereum, or 15%. I think Rarible is upwards to 30%. It's crazy.
That's really cool. Interesting. So that's one part that I didn't know or didn't quite understand. You mentioned a couple sites there. What are like the main platforms you can go to sell an
The main
NFT?
platform that everyone uses to create their own little website or create their own little platform is OpenSea.
Okay.
OpenSea, you'll find everything. That's
So-
where you'll see every single thing.
You can put anything on OpenSea?
Or you can go to, say, another one would be Rarible. That's an open
Yeah.
platform too, but it's under the Rarible collection under OpenSea. Foundation, how Foundation has it set up is that they have their own platform, but the thing is, you can't just mint, say, 100 pieces of art. It's always, their
one.
shtick is a 1-for-1.
That makes
And
sense.
and on every profile, every single NFT, you get to see in the bottom, open it in OpenSea, and you'll see that it's Foundation that's holding it. So
Got it.
It's interesting. It's
Yeah.
interesting. The thing is, you and I can start something together, and build a website using the API on OpenSea, and go from there, and then see if we could do 24-hour drops, depending on how it is. The thing is, like, I don't know. That's
Literally anything can be an NFT. It doesn't have to be digital art.
It could be a picture of my thumb.
Yeah.
And plaster it on. It could be a picture of Jim Carrey's thumb, index finger, middle finger, all separate, and they could be tokenized as collectibles.
Yeah.
So nuts.
That is so strange. Okay.
I know. What I've noticed too, there's people dropping GIFs, pictures. We're starting to see now people are putting out their music with visuals. I believe it was Blau. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 3LAU. He ended up dropping a 5-song or 4-song EP NFT, and it sold for, I think, 3-4 million that night.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
So like the best. The people who will get the most out of this are the people that truly do have a following, or the people that don't give up and keep presenting their artwork throughout Twitter and everywhere else.
That's interesting. Yeah, so like YouTubers could have their merch come with an NFT, and like every piece of merch has its own NFT.
And
that'd be interesting.
The thing is, it could be limited merch. Maybe there's only 100 T-shirts, and then you get the NFT with it. It's all about the hype. It's all about whoever hypes it up. It's about FOMO, I guess, fear of missing out on an opportunity to hold something of value, and knowing that it will grow, or you can sell it for twice or triple or even quadruple at times as much, right? So I love it. I think I will forever be a part of the NFT community.
What do you think the future of NFTs is?
Future of NFTs will be, it's like you said before, it's the Wild West right now.
Yeah.
But I feel it's going to implement in a way where everything will be tokenized with the physical product. So Louis Vuitton, Nike, for instance, that whole secondary market will be abolished, because in the whole reselling part, because you would need the NFT.
There's actually incentive for like Nike to get set up with NFTs for all their shoes, so that every time they resell, Nike makes money.
Exactly.
That's incentive, yeah. Very cool. I think I have learned a lot this call. I have a lot to think about.
Matt, I got you that invite to Foundation if you want. So I got
All right.
you if you want to
All right.
plan on releasing your first NFT, I'm here to walk you through.
Great. I love it. What is your NFT market called again?
It's called Authentic Auctions. I auction out all the NFTs plus the physical item on the platform called Foundation. I'm sure you'll see it in the link in the description. So
Beautiful.
Check that out. And follow me. Follow me on Twitter and IG, please.
If you guys want to check that out, you can go to Ray's social media. Link is in the description. That's it.
Find me or I'll find you.
You know, I think there were many really good thoughts in that conversation. I still do have some concerns about the NFT world, but I love technology and I love seeing new ways for people to find new ways to use it. What doesn't excite me is governments putting their greedy little fingers in everything, trying to regulate it all so that they can make money. And unfortunately, I think with the anonymity of crypto world in general and the potential for a lot of shady things to go on, I would not be surprised if this is the next thing they're going to crack down on. But as we have seen in the crypto world already, I don't think that it's really that much of a threat. It just makes things more annoying and less fun if it gets too political. And on the note of people bidding on their own artwork, that doesn't really concern me too much because I think at the end of the day, you're only cheating yourself. And in a market like this where the value is so perceived, people are buying these NFTs as an investment expecting to make a return. And if everyone's on the same page, that's just the way it is. I'm sure there is some level of risk there. But I do think that the way that Ray is treating the NFTs has some real potential. Not only are you buying an NFT, but you're also buying a physical collectible that can be verified using the token. I think that's really cool. And we've seen the same thing from other creators like Logan Paul. One other thing I forgot to mention is gas fees. Whenever you put something up on OpenSea or Rarible or even a different site, you have to pay a fee. And the fees can be pretty expensive. They can be up to $80 US. Yes, $80 US. And in my opinion, that's pretty expensive just to post a listing. So I think that will actually scare a lot of people away from the NFT world. And as a byproduct, unfortunately, it will filter out those not so serious artists. And only the serious artists and the ones who can afford will be able to post their NFTs. That being said, if I'm not mistaken, there is a website called Minted that does not have gas fees when you post a listing. Although I haven't looked too much into it. But regardless, I think there are some very unique ways to use NFTs. I love the idea of like a YouTuber creating merch or creating a clothing line that every purchase comes with an NFT. It could give some real incentive to companies like Nike or Adidas to sell NFTs with their shoes, especially on those rare shoes that are limited supply. Actually, now that I think about it, it could help combat the whole counterfeit shoe line. Imagine if every Yeezy came with an NFT and then you'd know. I don't know, just a thought. That's about all I have to say about NFTs. Personally, I do think that they're not going anywhere soon. They're going to be around for a while. And I would not be surprised if a bunch of large companies jumped in on the idea. So, are NFTs all hype? Probably. Are they the new way of the future? Probably. With that being said, I would love to know your thoughts down below. Have yourself a wonderful day.